As a historian and studying the emergence of the blues, I see a moment in history where emotion became structure, when personal suffering transformed into a new artistic language. The blues emerged in the Mississippi Delta in the late 19th century, shaped by formerly enslaved communities who brought rhythms, vocal traditions, and narratives from West Africa to the painful reality of the American South. What many people forget is that the blues wasn't performed on grand stages. It was sung on cotton plantations, on dusty porches, in small, crowded bars where people gathered to escape weariness and sadness. These places were the first laboratories of the blues, and women were at their center. Even before recordings existed, women were already shaping the emotional core of the genre. Their voices permeated work songs, spiritual chants, and call-and-response songs. They transformed daily hardships into melodies that held entire communities together. But the turning point came in the 1910s and 1920s, when women became the first commercial voices of the blues. Record labels realized that the intensity, storytelling, and emotional resonance of female blues singers were exactly what the public wanted. Women didn't just participate, they led the first wave. They were the first blues superstars, the first to tour nationally, and the first to bring themes like desire, betrayal, loneliness, and independence into mainstream American culture. Their music reflected the spaces they lived in: segregated cities, traveling circuses, vaudeville theaters, steamboats on the Mississippi, and smoky dance halls in Chicago, Memphis, and New Orleans. These environments forged a sound that blended African musical roots with American reality. What fascinates me as a historian is how these women broke artistic barriers. They took private emotions and placed them in public spaces, something revolutionary for the time. Their performances were intense, expressive, and unapologetic. And because they opened that door, other art forms followed suit. Jazz absorbed the emotional patterns of the blues. Soul borrowed its honesty. Rock adopted its rebelliousness. Poetry, theater, film all were inspired by the courage of those first female voices. Women weren't just artists, they were cultural architects. Their contributions shaped the emotional DNA of modern music and transformed the meaning of female public expression. In tracing the history of artistic expression, I feel the blues at every turning point. I see the places those women have been and hear how their courage still resonates in contemporary female creativity, raw, real, and powerful. If you want to hear more stories about the women who transformed art and history, follow Woman BIOART, where women's legacy becomes a living narrative.